What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Getting back into the wood pile of oddities. Let's take a look at what we got for this week's project. So, I'm looking at a smaller sized burl. I'm thinking this is probably maple. We'll get a better idea when we get these sides cut off. But what I'm thinking is I see some kind of drinking vessel inside this piece, whether it be a goblet, a cup, or a wine glass, something along those lines. And I'm gonna try and keep the opening live edge. So fingers crossed on that one. But let's go to work. Alright, this is kind of freaking me out, so I'm gonna get this all filled up with some thin CA, try and penetrate into the middle of this as deeply as possible. And then we'll pick up from there. I'm just kind of freestyling some shape ideas here, seeing how the coloration kind of rolls through. See how we like it. We're gonna be running the Starbond thin here. Like it never happened. Alright guys, well today is the next. Let's get inside here, see what we're working with. Hopefully I don't cry. It's good. Alright guys, so we are remounted. And well, I'll be the first to admit I might have gone a little overboard with the hot glue. But there's a reason for that. After I poured this, I don't know, about 10 minutes into it settling, developed a little drip. And I got a little frantic with the glue gun. Just a little note. Putting hot glue on top of other hot glue makes the original glue soft again and just exacerbates the problem. So yeah, I went chasing that for a little while. Second takeaway, don't use solo cups as mold pieces. It's miserable to get off. It comes off in these flaky little pieces. So getting back after this, I will be thinning this out a good bit, but we're going to leave it nice and thick until after all of our far end stick out work is done. And yeah, go from there. Alright, so I think I'm going to leave it here for now. I'm going to get a Forstner in on this side and get this hollowed. And then we'll go from there. I'm liking the shape pretty much so far. I'm going to be thinning this out, but we're going to leave it good and thick for right now, just for the strength, for hollowing. But yeah, let's keep on moving forward. So, yeah. If you happen to pick up on last week's video, I ended up having to stop this project and put together a steady rest because we were getting a little too much vibration with the 2-point steady that we were using. And you can see, this is some like natural formation here in the wood. It's running through what would have been the pith of the log right here. And we got a crack that extended from end to end through that pith. I knew it was a risk, but it looks so freaking cool. So we got the steady rest put together, and I went to get this guy back up on the lathe just to see where we were at. And we unloaded a bunch of tension coming through this stem. So when I got this back up and squared into the chuck from the base, we were about a ½ an inch out of true from side to side this way, which means we would have cut a ½ an inch into the piece just to re-round it and center it through the line. So what I've done in an attempt to salvage this is, if you can see here, I have it offset in the chuck to take up that warp. So as I run it, we're fairly true here. Pretty warbly down here on this end. So I guess what I need to do now is try and true up this back end, and we're gonna have to try and salvage what we started parting into right here as a new tenon. So hopefully that works out. Let's get after it. Alright guys, well, here is the inaugural run for our brand new steady rest here. Let's fire it up once and make sure she don't blow apart. And contact. Test run seems to be okay. Hopefully we can get this guy hauled out and bring this project to completion. All right, so we're hollowed to about a 5/16 wall. Normally on a piece like this, I'd probably go a little thinner, but I do want to leave whatever dimension we can here in the resin rim. So being happy with the hollowing, I'm gonna get into some sanding. As you can see, we got some goofy little tear out spots in there, so we'll probably get started somewhere around 80, and then we'll pick up from there. Get the outside of this to our finished shape, get this all nice and thinned out, and closer and closer to the finish. I might add, the steady rest performed amazingly. I didn't feel any chatter whatsoever. I was able to make nice heavy, not heavy, but heavy-ish cuts, you know, not having to be too careful. Felt great, actually. So yeah, let's do some sanding. Alright, so we got 2 coats of sanding sealer on this guy. Gonna get her knocked down with some Scotch-Brite. And I think we're gonna be doing a resin finish on this, so I gotta figure out what I'm doing with fixturing to get that done. Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. Who, me? Nervous? Why would I be nervous? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, I'm pretty nervous. Alright guys, so we're gonna go in to clean up the bottom here. I was just gonna try and take care of that with a handsaw, but I don't want to risk nicking up the edges here where the resin's at and all that. So I went through all the setup. Might as well do it the right way. So let's get on with it. And yeah, this is another one of those hopefully I don't cry moments. So fingers crossed. Steady as she goes. Hey guys, it's done. Let's take a look. Alright, well, here she is. Started out as a very interesting piece of wood, and I hope to have done it justice by making a very interesting piece of work here. As far as the figuring is concerned, it's pretty wild. It's not like what I'm used to seeing in burl figuring. It might be because it's young, but I've never seen reds pop out like that in a piece of maple. There's some reds on the inside here too. Pretty astounding stuff. Really hope you guys like this one. Honestly, I'm pretty proud of that. I love the live edge effect here on the drinking vessel. Just a very interesting piece. Totally usable, fully sealed in resin, but also just something cool to talk about. A lot of good dimension here in the bark. I really love the kind of character that you can pull out of thicker bark. And well, that's what this burl happened to give us. Moving beyond that, we got a couple new stickers on the board here. We got Footwork Woodworking and Doulos Designs, so be sure to go check them out. I will leave slow rollers at the end as usual. And other than that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for your constant support. I owe you more or less everything as we're getting this here channel off the ground. I just want to thank you guys for sticking with me. There's a lot of stuff going on here in the shop, a lot of big things happening, and a lot of plans beginning to come to fruition. So I apologize if I can't be as consistent with the video releases here as I would like to be, but things are going to settle in. I'm going to shoot to do a live stream, maybe even this week, if not then next. So keep an eye out. I will be scheduling a live stream, and we'll do some Q&A and chat, and I'll update you guys on some of the things that are happening here in the shop. So if you guys like this stuff, give the video a like. It helps us out, gets us in the algorithm, gets some new people to see us. Share the video around on social media. That helps us grow immensely. Showing your friends, showing the world. I appreciate everything you guys do for us here over at Duke of Heritage. So thank you again so very much. Until then, I love you guys. I'll see you next week.